A few days ago I visited Lugansk, the capital of Russia's Lugansk People's Republic. Everyone heard about Donetsk and the Donetsk People's Republic, but Lugansk is kind of forgotten. This city is almost the same size as Mariupol before war, little less than 400,000 people. It's also far from the front line, so now it's safe from Ukrainian bombardments. For 8 years, from 2014 till September 2022, this city was without development, frozen in time, just like most of Donbas. But right after the referendum, Russia started to renovate the city and make it modern, just like Mariupol, but less intensively. In this video I'll tell you about my trip to Lugansk, show the most interesting places, especially related to military monuments and murals. I will also tell you about the city prospects, and in the end of video I'll show you prices in a local supermarket. Before going to this video, I want to say thank you to all of my sponsors, and if you want to support my channel, links are in the description. So I arrived to Lugansk at 7 AM and most of my recordings were made in the early morning, and that's why there are so few people on the streets. First thing I noticed were new roads. Russia is renovating all the roads in Novorossiya. I've already seen this in Berdansk, Mariupol, and in a lot of villages and towns on my way. There are also new benches and new trash cans everywhere. There was no internet from the Donetsk mobile operator, only from the local Lugacom operator, which I didn't have, and there were Russian operators in roaming. I have no idea why so. Neighborhoods of the outskirts of Lugansk looked terrible. It really shocked me. It really looks like they were abandoned 50 years ago. But then I went to the city center, and the closer to the center, the more beautiful everything is. I recorded some of the ugly places for you. There are really a lot of them. But the center is way better, and it's a paradise compared to the outskirts. From what I can see, Russia started to overhaul the city from the center, slowly moving to the outskirts. Most of the time I was in the center. It's really big, and there are a lot of places worth seeing. There is also a lot of work being done on updating infrastructure. And by the way, a lot of places and parks were closed for reconstruction, like Lenin Square was also closed. I hope the city administration will make the outskirts look as good, because it's been less than 2 years of reconstruction, and as I said before, the intensity of work is much lower than in Mariupol. Now I'll show you murals and monuments mostly related to this conflict with Ukraine. This city is fighting Ukraine since 2014, and I've seen a lot of soldiers on the streets. I assume most of them are local men, just like in Donetsk. This is a monument to Russian volunteers who fought for Lugansk back in 2014. It was installed in 2018, 6 years ago. I was there on anniversary of Prigozhin's death, and as you can see, someone put flowers and a Wagner flag. This is a monument to Russian special forces. And this is a painting of a 6-year-old girl from Belgorod. She drew medals for a Russian tank crew of famous tank Alyosha, which destroyed 8 Ukrainian vehicles in one battle. This mural symbolizes the unity of Russia and the LPR. A mosaic about athletes who dedicate their records to their motherland. There are a lot of businesses in the city. I didn't record the cafeteria where I went, but the quality of the service was good. By the way, there are self-checkouts in some supermarkets. I never seen them in Mariupol. Prices in supermarkets will be in the end of video. Now I will show you around 3 minutes of interesting and beautiful places that I recorded without my comments, and later we'll go to the Russian plans on the city. Now a little bit about prospects of the city. Russian investors already started to build 2 apartment complexes, and there will be at least 3 more. There are also a lot of investment projects like updating schools, stadiums, etc. And by the way, the biggest investor is the biggest bank of Russia, Sberbank, so there will be a lot of money in Lugansk. Comparing to other cities in the new territories, Lugansk is probably the least affected by this war. It really feels alive. It was a very interesting tour for me, far better than all my expectations. And now I'll show you local prices. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can also send me a donation by the links in the description.